Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is Thursday, May 13th. So glad you could be here at Forex Smart Trade. Our mission is to make you the best version of yourself by helping you become financially independent, by teaching you how to currency trade using our proprietary trading tools. And we're so confident in how well they perform and our ability to train you that once you've been trained, we'll let you trade with company money. So with that, in this session, I use one of the trading signals. It's called the 10-point trading signal. There are over a dozen different signals using the tools. So we will start using the 10-point tool, and then as it gets closer to the top of the hour, we will also, there's a second signal called the thick orange line signal. We'll take a look at that. So with that, let us get going, and we will start with our disclosure.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker. We make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
With that, we have several live trade sessions. I do one on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 6:30. If you are in a light doing the trial, there is also an intro to coaching session on Tuesday mornings and Thursday afternoons. Wednesday evening, there's the light member meeting, and starting in June, we will add an evening session at 6:30 on Mondays. If you're a member, you have a whole slew of different live trades, one in the morning with the MIT, one in the evening with the AIT. There's a Saturday training session and a Sunday evening trade when the market opens, and then there's also paid extra sessions. So lots of training sessions. Until you're consistently doing 10 pips a day, I would attend as many of these as you could. We get better by being coached and watching people who are good at it explain what they're doing and how they're doing it. So it's good to attend there. Now, as you know, I trade off of a, well, you may not know, but I've got a little checklist, almost like a pilot's checklist, where I go through and I'm very deliberate in how I'm approaching things. The first thing I start with is the simple things. Is I want to just make sure everything is working as it should. I check my green charts. We are green up here in the top left corner and green down in the bottom right corner. That means we are everything is live and moving. We are switching over from the computer-based version, which is the one I use, to the web-based version. I have not spent much time with the web-based version, and that's on my list of things to do. It's supposed to be the same. They've added a couple features to it, so I need to get a little training to figure it out. I'm also going to check my MT4 account. This is connected to the broker. This one is with CoinEx. Some of you may be with CoinEx. Some of you may be with Turnkey Forex. and I can see these numbers are moving, so that means I'm current. So everything is connected. Review of yesterday. Let us go back and check the. Let's do it this way today, and then go back to the beginning of the week. On Tuesday's trade, we got stopped out. We did a thick orange line trade, and it didn't work. I didn't take a screenshot of it. We should. I will try to start doing that, taking a screenshot of what we're looking at, so we can go back. But the signal was there. It's just one of the times that it didn't work. We maybe saw that coming when some traders on that trade wait to if you remember it, they wait. I'll take it if we see if we have 0 or minus 100, and then the majors and minors are either overbought or oversold significantly. We had that, but some traders will wait till the top of the hour and they'll want to see the thick orange line number jump by 10. When we waited till the top of the hour, sorry, it didn't jump by 10. It stayed the same. Usually that isn't fatal, but obviously it's better if it does jump by 10. It means it's moving how we want it to move. So it didn't, and we got stopped out there. So let us proceed forward. Next is we are technical traders, so we want to check the news. We don't want to get caught up in a news event that's going to impact any currencies that we might be trading. We check the news using Forex Factory. It provides a news feed. There's a couple different ones. It breaks items down into 3 impacts: low impact, which is the yellow, orange, which is medium impact, and red, which is high impact. So today at 11 o'clock, Bank of Canada Governor Marklam speaks. So ideally, I'd want to be out of any trade that I am taking by 9 a.m. So if we come across a Canadian trade, we'll have to evaluate how soon we believe it will close. It is a bank holiday in Europe. Swiss banks are closed. French banks are closed. German banks are closed. I would presume all of the European banks are closed if these banks are closed. So the volume will be a little slow today on the euro. So with that, let's go ahead and start our analysis. These are our indicators. This is a composite chart. It is showing me 6 different currency pairs. On this first page, it's primarily US-based pairs. It is a 60-minute chart. That means each candle here has got 60 minutes of information in it. Top left here, it says there's 20 minutes left in the hour. I start with the middle chart on the 10. This is now what we're going to do is the 10-point trade. And I am looking for situations where I am either oversold, which means my lines are under the red line, or overbought, which means my lines are above the blue line. And I want a scenario where if I'm oversold, I want all of these lines. That's the beginning of a buy trade. I want all of these lines pointing up. And likewise, if it's an oversold trade or overbought trade, I want all the lines pointing down. So let's start here with the Australian US dollar. I am oversold, but the lines are still pointing down. So that means it hasn't turned yet, because basically the market is going to go down a bit, and then it'll become oversold, and then it's going to go up and then become overbought. When it's overbought, then it's going to come back down. The way I like to think about it is almost as a used car dealership. Dealer's got 10 cars on his lot. He sells 8 of them. He can still sell a couple more, But really, to keep going in business, he's got to start buying. So when these lines are down here, buying is going to start soon. But we want to get the time when we believe that it's bottomed out and it's going to turn up. And so when these lines have turned and gone up, that's the point. So we don't have that here. So if I don't have that here, I don't need to look at anything else. So I'm going to go euro dollar oversold, but the lines are still going down. The miners started to go up, but it looks like they were faked out. Usually when we see the lines line up like this, I don't know if you can see it, but it's looks like an upside down duck head. Here's the duck bill. Here his eye would be. When I see this, this usually tells me there's going to be a little bit more push down. But I don't want to take a trade even though I know there's going to be a little bit more push down because I don't know how much more push down. Pound dollar, we're oversold, but the lines haven't turned up yet. US Canadian dollar, we're in the middle of the channel. It got halfway and started to turn. Again, I want to catch a run when it starts overbought and goes all the way to oversold. The runs in the middle, I'm not going to get as many pips out of them. And given that I want to take high percentage trades and only a few of them, I'm going to pass. USD, Swiss franc, we are overbought. Majors are coming down, but the minors aren't. Minors are sideways. I want everybody pointing in the same direction. So I don't have it here. USD, JPY, we're in the middle of the channel more than halfway, so I'm going to pass. I want to catch it on either end. So let's go to the next pair. These are primarily non-US. Pound, euro pound, we're just reaching the overbought stage. Australian dollar, yen, oversold. The lines are still going down. So not ready yet. I want to catch them when they're turned up. Euro Canadian, oversold. Everybody's going up. And I've got what's called the double cross. The green crossed over the red and the gray crossed over the green. So I've got 3 points here. One that they're oversold, two that all the lines are going up, and three that both sets have the double cross. So 3 points here. Then I'm going to pop up to my TNTs. There are 4 different signals here, the 2 orange lines and the 2 blue lines. The orange lines are directional. So when they're going up, that's telling me it's an up signal. I want to count how many lines are consistent with what I'm seeing in the majors and minors. So the 2 orange lines are going up. Blue lines are inversely related. So when blue's coming down, that means up. So the dotted blue is going down. That means up. So I've got 3 of the 4 here telling me up. I want to have a minimum of 3 of the 4. So I've got that. So it passes phase 2. Phase 3 or checklist 3 is I want up pressure here. I have up pressure. Everybody's going up. Red is on top. I prefer green on top, but everybody's going up. I've got a little bit of a gap. The closer these lines are, the stronger the signal, but they are going up. So I have 3 points here, 3 points here, and 1 point here. I have 7 points. If I have a minimum of 7 points, that's a good trade. So now I want to look at the full chart to decide what the trade is worth. So to look at the full chart, let's see if I have one of these Euro Canadian, Euro. I don't have one close. So what we're going to do, I'm going to just take my Euro dollar, right click, go to chart settings, and I'm going to change this to Euro Canadian. Now, the one thing we need to think about is we do have that news coming up. First thing I want to do is I want to take a look at where my support and resistance is. Again, going back to my little checklist. Where's my support and resistance, and what's the trend? So let's take a look. I'm going to squish this up since this is something I don't usually trade. I'm going to add my support and resistance on here. And support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. So right in here, they've naturally stopped. And ideally, I want to get multiple points where I see this happening. Usually on an hour chart, it's about 30 pips apart. Here we're at 32 to 69. That's a little over 30. And you can see it bounced right in here, bounced in here, bounced in here. So we're going to take one above, one below. Stopped right in here, stopped right in here, here, right in here. So that gives us support and resistance. In terms of the trend, this is a pretty clear one. What do you see? For the last 3 weeks, we've had a big downtrend. So when I'm deciding how many pips I want to take, I want to know what the trend is, because I am going to take less pips if I'm trading against the trend. So right now, I'm going to take this off. So we know we're trading in a downtrend. And I want to know how much room I have till the next support and resistance. So there's only 5 pips up till I hit this bump. And I got 30 pips till I hit the other side. Now, I'm trading in a downtrend and I'm 5 pips away from the support line. So right now it's telling me that, actually one more thing I want to show you. When we look at this, if we look at the downtrend, oops. Well, we're not quite there. See how we're hitting the high end of the upper bound of the downtrend. Again, if I'm close to that, I don't want to take a trade because I don't think it's gonna blow by that. If it does, it'll just be a little peak. So I am, with respect to this, I don't like that we're so close to the resistance line. So that's one negative. But let's take a look at what the rest of the signal tells me. On the 2-hour chart, I've got my majors telling me it's an up move. I've got up pressure here with green on top. So this is supporting of an up move. On the 4-hour chart, I am oversold, but the majors are going, overbought, but the majors are going up. So I like this. I'm not as concerned with the minors going down. The majors are more of my concern. And this is a little bit of a duck bill. Here's the bill, and here's the eye. So that tells me there's a little push. There's still a push forward. I'm interested in the trade now because this is the 4-hour chart and it's consistent with what I'm seeing on the 1-hour chart. And then I had down pressure, but it just started to turn. It's kind of sideways, but the green line is up. So this is also telling me up. My only issue now is that we're hitting this resistance line. So I've got the 60-minute is telling me up. The 2 hours telling me up. The 4 hours telling me up. I've got consistency with the majors, and I've got consistency with the pressure. But my issue is I'm sitting right on the resistance line. And as we've been talking, it's moved that 5 pips and it's bumped up to the line. So I don't want to take a trade when we're sitting right on the resistance line. It needs to break through that other side, and there needs to be room for it to go up. And even if we did break to the other side, say we're hitting the top part of the downtrend arrow. Well, I guess that's 15 pips. So 15 pips is worthwhile, but even though I have the signal here, so here's a case I have the signal. It's a good signal. In fact, if you look at this, see how steep these lines are? The green line, that's a really nice. The steeper this line, the better, the stronger the signal. So this is a nice signal here, but given that we're right on the resistance line, I'm going to pass on the trade. We've got 2 minutes left to the top of the hour. So we did an analysis on the 10-point trade. We found the setup. We ended up not taking the trade because it's sitting on the resistance line. I am going to show you the what happened? Why is it saying 2 minutes here? Oh, okay. I see. So we've got 7 minutes left in the hour. All right. This is a 2.5-minute chart. So there's 7 minutes left on the hour. Let's see if we have a thick orange line trade. Thick orange line. So this is a different signal. So we're going to do a different analysis. See if we can get kind of a 5-point. This is a little scalp trade. It is accurate 90% of the time at this time of day. So let's see if we can find one. Since we were off last time, it's in our favor that the next one we take should hit. I'm looking for this number to be minus 100 or 0. Minus 100 is when the thick orange line is as low as it can go. This number, this line has been scaled. So when this is at minus 100, it's telling us it doesn't believe there's any more down in the movement. Likewise, when it is at 0, it doesn't believe there's any more up in the movement. When I see that, I want confirmation that, yeah, this is telling me correctly. The thick orange line is indeed petered out. There's not much down more in the move. And I'm going to tell that by looking at where the majors and minor lines are. If they're significantly below the red line, then it's confirming what I'm seeing here. If they're not, I'm going to pass. But we're not close enough to minus 100. It's got to be within minus 100 or within 10. Minus 15 is 15 points away. 73 is not close. Minus 11 is close to minus 10. But if I look at where my majors and minors are, they're on the wrong side. I want them way up here. So I don't have consistency. 63, no. 81, no. 30, no. So I'm looking for situations where I'm either at 0 or minus 100, minus 70, no. And I'm only taking this right at the top of the hour. So you can see there's 5 minutes left. 67 isn't close enough. 80 isn't close enough. 62 isn't close enough. No. So you can see I can go through these pretty quick to see if I've got anything there. Australian Canadian minus 94. That is within 10. and I've got all the lines way below the red line. Now the ones I'm specifically more interested in are the majors, and the majors are well below. The minors are kind of close to the red line, but I'm okay with that. I want to see the majors kind of well below. So this is the setup. To me, this is worth 5 pips. So let's go ahead and take it. And that was Australian Canadian. Even though the Canadian has some news, I'm expecting this to close within the next hour or two. So that keeps us far away from 11 o'clock. So AUD Canadian, let me see if I've got that open here. AUD Canadian, it isn't open, so I first have to open the chart. File, new chart. I'm going to look for AUD Canadian, not in this group. I'm going to go to the next group. AUD Canadian, not in that group. Go to the next group. AUD Canadian, there it is. I am going to go to new. Oops, let's push this up. I'm going to go to new order. Check my symbol is correct, my volume. I want to have a volume, proper money management. It says I am going to take a lot size. That is, by moving this decimal place over 4, I want to take a lot size of 0.87. And it is going to be a, what was the signal? It was a buy. So I'm going to go ahead and click buy, market buy. Records it down here. I click anywhere along the line, go to modify. This trade is always worth 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. The MetaTrader 4 will do the math for me. So if I just click the blue, I put the number of pips I want in here, click the blue, it does the math. And we're going to use a 4-to-1 stop. We're using a 4-to-1 stop because if I win 9 trades at 5 pips, that means I'll be ahead 45 pips. If I lose 1 for 20 pips, 45 minus 20 leaves me ahead 25 pips. So it's a numbers game. And then the only thing I want to do is I want to check to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So let's just go back here. I got in at 93.52. If I'm going up 5, I'm going to go to 57. And I want to change this to 57. So I get my full 5 pips. And this trade has figured out that when we see that signal, there's going to be a little bounce right at the top of the hour. And we want to get that bounce at the top of the hour. It's gone down a little. Now, ideally, when the hour changes in 1 minute, I want to see this number also change by 10. So it's basically minus 90. I want it to go to minus 80 or better. Minus 30, no. So nothing on this group. We have a little bit of a setup here on the Swiss franc yen. Now the issue, and how do we have this set up? Oversold, everybody's going up. They haven't quite hit the halfway mark. They're just touching the halfway. I will take a trade that is just, touching the halfway. The red hasn't gotten up there. So this is going up, good steepness. 2 orange lines are going up. Thick blue is coming down. So I've got 3 out of the 4 here, and I've got up pressure here, although it's weak because of the gap in the lines. Now, before I would go to take a look at the full chart, I'm going to stay away from this trade. Why am I staying away from it? Because the volume's low today. It's a bank holiday in Europe. So I'm just going to pass on it. All right, so we've gotten to the new hour. The new hour, our number jumped from, let me go back, it was minus 88. it jumped to minus 60. So I got that 10-point jump. So we should be good on this. We should be good on this trade. And we're going to wait. I would expect this trade to close within the next 2 hours. Let's see if we've got any questions before. So we only found one trade. We didn't find, as on Tuesday, we didn't find a 10-point trade. Let's see what we got. Does the double cross have to appear in the current candle period? The double cross, no, it doesn't. Does not have to be there. If it occurred the previous period and everything is still going up, that's okay. Are there basic videos that explain how to set up the chart? Yes, there are basic videos. Are you in the if you are in the light program, we have videos that show you how to set everything up. Plus, we're going to give you some one-on-one training. Actually, we're going to have somebody help you get everything set up, and then we're going to give you some one-on-one training to get everything set up. So if you have not signed up for the 30-day trial, which you can sign up by going to Forex Smart Trade /register, that will get you the indicators. And then inside the Trader University, there's a section of videos that show you how to do that. If you can't figure it out, just reach out to me and I will help you get it set up. All right, gang, thanks for joining us this morning. And we will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.